Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, SA France. We are live and direct again, welcoming you to this edition of the political discourse. Here is Chigos Ndibo. I trust you're getting on. We welcome you as you join us. Kindly hit the like button, share, of course, to any platform you belong to. Let the video go viral. What we are to discuss today is, of course, very important and borders on the continued existence of humanity within the Nigerian state, and of course, the intriguing circumstances that have left almost the entire populace in disarray. Of course, Simon Ekpa, the Prime Minister of the Biafra Republic, government in exile, have declared total war against the headers and is set to place a total ban on cows in order to safeguard the mothers and the Biafrans children from the possibility of being attacked by these headers who hide under the disguise of roaming about with their cows and cattle, but their very intention was to unleash mayhem on the indigenous communities. And of course, for this very reason, he has declared war and said, no, we reject such, and a possible ban, of course, is underway. We have Mr. David here. Mr. David, good morning.
Yeah, good morning to you, Mr. Chibuze.
Honestly, we have not seen an end to what is happening because of this livestock development ministry that was enacted by or declared by Ahmed Bola Tinubu, the president of Nigeria, to resolve the issue of headers and farmers. But to Simon Ekpa and the Biafra Republic government in exile, they have declared total war, saying no to that because we understood the implications and what the drive, of course, behind such, and of course, a possible ban to be placed on cattle, the eating or the rearing of cattle within the eastern region or the defunct Biafran territory. Your take on this?
And thank you for that wonderful submission on that topic. Now, first and foremost, we should understand that the president himself, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, in disguise, have created, has now passed the Ruga bill into law. In disguise, because that is what it means. In the sense that, why do we need ministry when you have Ministry of Agriculture already? Why do you need Ministry of Livestock to do what? Giving more powers to the Fulani elders to cause more havoc in society. That is what it means. This is what Nigerians oppose when President Muhammad Buhari was the president. There was outcry when the president came up with such policy, but in disguise, Fulani as it went around, and even Fulani group went and pressured the president. Now, one thing is that when the man comes out with a policy, two things is involved. Either he's doing it for his own selfish interest, or he's doing to just to appease some persons. Now, Tinubu, categorically, I can say that the president created that ministry just because of 2027 general election, because we've seen that Fulani elders and some other youths has come out to speak against his government, and now he says that what can I do? What can he do just to gain back their trust and their heart for him to create this ministry? At this stage, the country has about 49 ministries. The 49 ministries are not well funded. They are still civil servants and are not yet paid. You cannot increase minimum wage. Now you are creating additional ministry to now incur more debts in society. Is that sensible? Now that ministry now the ministry, the former INEC chairman has been the chairman of that ministry. Jega. That ministry would be headed by Fulanis.
Of course.
In disguise, giving rooms for Fulani leaders to perpetrate evils. in every nooks and crannies of the country. Eh? He should let Nigerians know if he wants to become slave, if he himself or his own tribe, region want to become slave to the Fulani, let those, he should allow those who are not ready to become slaves, they should let them secede the country and then let them go. Because it doesn't work like this. The people cannot continue to be part of a failed system.
Honestly, you reminded me how vigorously the southern governors fought against the Ruga, the grazing reserve pathway, the water pathway under Buhari, but because it was very clear that their intention was to allocate land in different parts of the country, and by so settle there, and in the course of time might possibly begin to unleash mayhem as their the main ulterior motive to conquer the entire region of the south. Now it appears that the Fulanis are now using Yoruba extraction to fulfill that agenda
Now,
under Tinubu's watch.
it is not even it is not even a national president that is even implementing that policy.
The same
Or
policy that was opposed vehemently.
now you know how this Fulani conquester, the Fulani, like at any point in time, are bent on grabbing powers, are bent on conquering every territory, every nooks and crannies of the country. You know what it means. What I felt was that now the president did not even, this bill did not even take a month in the House of Senate. Hurriedly, it was implemented. It was passed. When that policy was, when Tinubu quoted that ministry, you saw how Fulani herders killed in Ekiti. Herders killed in Ekiti. Now you've given them a leverage ahead of other tribe. That means now they now have their own ministry to channel their complaining. If anyone arrest them, you have it. That means you have
They
a
are not being
ministry.
protected by law. That is, they are arguing that the cow has a right and should be given that right in Nigeria
Has not
has been recognized.
that that law has now been enacted into law. Now because every complaint about the Fulani will be addressed to that ministry. Now if there's a complaint, if a Fulani herders cow comes to your farm and then eats your farm produce and you take him to court, that minister would would during the fake meeting would take that complaint to the president, and that person will be protected. How long can this one Nigeria, one entity continue like this? How long can this fraud, because it's a fraud, continue when some persons are now first class citizens, when some persons have been relegated to second class citizens? For how long can we continue like this? Injustice has become a thing of the day. A particular region, a particular region, a particular region are chanting for Biafra. Sunday Igboho committed the same offence, treason and felony. Omole Sowore committed the same crime, treason and felony. The military leader Badejo, who did worse, who killed, and the court has it on a very basis that this man was sponsoring violence. Tinubu came on board and dropped the charges against these individuals, but he has refused to drop Kanu because Kanu is an Igbo man. The truth of the matter is that the Igbo tribe is being hated in this contraption. That is why you see that we have so many people fighting against the Igbo tribe. Tinubu lost after Tinubu lost in Lagos. You saw how he had to unleash mayhem on the Igbo boys. He began to bring their properties and Igbo properties in Nigeria.
It's quite unfortunate. will you hear from Akwa Ibom? Will Akwa Ibom farmers accept this Ruga in disguise?
The truth of
Will
matter,
the farmers allow their farmlands to be overrun by cows? And of course, they will go and sleep.
the truth of the matter is that at this point, every farmer should be on guard, should be very, very vigilant. And I've told them, if you want to turn to war, let it turn to war. Any cow that trespass into any farmer's land, that cow should be killed. Nobody should spare that cow. Because if you cannot regulate them, then don't create a ministry for them. At least in a country where there is law and then sanity and orderliness, there should be check and balance. The federal government ought to, not sensible government. Holland has the highest numbers of ranches in the world, but cows in Holland don't roam around. They are being stationed in one particular place. Go to that is where milk, all this Hollandia meat comes from. Holland.
And they improve their efficiency and the
Now,
nutritional values.
why don't you look for people, expatriates? Let them understudy how Holland does their own style of ranching.
Unfortunately, the Senate members oppose the anti-grazing bill and anti-grazing open bill, and do not subscribe to ranching. Let the cow be moving about. They have the liberty, and why human beings has no liberty
Now,
to move about.
when a cow is moving about with AK-47, the herders that is rearing that cow, how much does he have to go around about with AK-47? You know that these men are being sponsored by some individuals, by some elements who are bent to conquer other people ancestral land. You know how it works. It's in history. You saw how Usman Dan Fodio conquered the Hausa land. They are bent on conquering. If not for the likes of Seyi Makinde and co that stood up, they could have overrun Oyo State, Okeogun. There were instant killing, massive killing on daily basis. That is the
And
problem.
it's still ongoing, because the Yoruba man said that they could not even access some regions there.
In Ekiti State, you saw it some days, just last week. Some Fulani herders invaded the farm and killed some persons. And Tinubu had his eyes open. One thing of the matter is that in the first place, that Tinubu knew he want to appease those that voted for him, and then with the Fulanis. That is why he's creating Ministry of Cow and Livestock. Ruga in disguise. Ruga in disguise.
Disguise. Thank you so much, Mr. David. God bless you. Honestly, Ruga in disguise. You recall that the entire southern governors opposed Ruga vehemently during the tenure of Buhari, when it was, of course, pushed vehemently. They used all means possible to enact that and establish that Ruga, giving them advantage over other regions to control and have a portion of land apportioned to them in every state and local government. But they opposed that. But unfortunately, the Ruga that was opposed by the southern governors has been indirectly passed into law by Tinubu administration. Ruga. The Ministry of Livestock Development is Ruga in disguise, and Simon Ekpa has declared war against the headers, saying that this will not work in Biafran territory, and is set to ban cow and cattle coming in Biafraland, according to his latest briefing.
Well, this is my first time of hearing. I thought the issue of Ruga had been ended during Buhari, because they refused not to sign the Ruga issue. Now, if Tinubu himself accepts accept to sign Roga, doesn't it means that Tinubu doesn't know what he's doing. Tinubu from the southern part of Nigeria. Look at what the herdsmen are doing in the Ekiti and the Ondo states now, and he he opened his eyes clearly with Akpabio clearly to sign Roga. That means they don't know, they are finished. But my prayer is that, and I strongly believe that it will not exist in the eastern part of Nigeria. I am sure and I know it. It will not exist. Now Samuel Ekpa is talking. So many others, even the so-called indigenous of the land will not accept that. How can you carry livestock and be destroying farmland? If anybody should talk, you kill the person. For what? They should stop all this nonsense. Tinubu should sit up or he should resign away from that office. We don't know what he's doing. Tinubu, you are killing Nigeria with hunger. Hunger is escalating every day by day. No more food, no more light. If you don't know, let your people tell you.
Yes, Senator Dumas.
Let your people tell you if you don't know. Tinubu, if you don't know what you are doing, resign from that office and leave that office. You are killing Nigerians with hunger. Hunger every day. Things keep increasing, rising. Nigeria cannot afford to eat even 2 square meals in a day.
A meal is not even sure.
A meal in a day. Nigeria cannot afford to eat a meal in a day. Lighting call now. Nigeria, I reject 10,000 naira. Just barely 2 days, 10,000 are finished. How do you expect me? How much am I earning? How much is my income in a day? 10,000 naira, barely 2 days. The money has finished. How do I continue? Tinubu, have mercy and have pity on Nigeria. Please, you don't know what you are doing. Resign and leave that office.
If you resign, eventually the deputy or vice president will assume office.
That one is another terror. That one is another Boko Haram. But notwithstanding, if you watch Tinubu government now, barely 1 year. Tinubu government barely 1 year is far harder than Buhari government for 8 years. Tinubu 1 year is harder. Nigerians are suffering under 1 year than Buhari 8 years. So if that one now, if that Boko Haram assume the office, he might have pity. As a Fulani man, he might have pity. But the issue is that he will allow their own agenda to be coming up. Look at Tinubu open his eye to allow Roga. If it is true, why should I allow Roga?
Livestock Development Ministry has been passed into being under Tinubu less than after the demand of the Fulanis. You know, Fulanis, the northern senators oppose anti-grazing bill.
Anti-grazing, yes.
Yes, they said no, they have the right to live anywhere, just like the Ruga they were asking for. But it was granted by Tinubu's administration, passed into bill. It means now in your own community, your village, local governments, they are entitled to some acres of land, and you'll be ready to give up that.
It's impossible. It's impossible.
That is what the law says.
It's impossible. That law will not exist in the southeast. It can exist in the north and southwest, but in the southeast it will not exist.
But the governors are there to, of course, they are already commending the
passing of the bill.
The passing of the bill.
The governors are they not rogues? They are thieves. They are collecting money from all these people, and therefore enslaving their people. They are collecting money from all these Mali hiders. So are they not rogues? They are collecting money from them and enslaving their own people. And when they start killing them now, when they start killing their people now, they will be then shouting.
Just like yesterday, there was killing in Benue. Massacre. I mean, it is countless and it's quite unfortunate.
Don't you see Ondo last week? Didn't you see Ondo last week? That the herders and the Amateku ran away from them. They killed so many of them. What are you trying to tell me? Benue is their base. Are you talking of Benue? Benue is their base. They have taken over Benue, all the whole Benue and down to Plateau State. They have taken all those places. But this is the hard time for us, for them, for the governors to sit up and stop all this nonsense. If you want to rear cattle, buy a place, and it's a personal business. It's a personal business you are doing to earn your own living. Why are you using it as a detriment to others? Why are you using it as a detriment to others? Buy a place, negotiate and buy a place and settle there. You should not go outside the boundary. You understand me now? But if you say that you are free to carry cattle and move anywhere you like, no. It's not done. It's not done. But I believe strongly that in Southeast, such a thing will not come. Even if the governors mumuishly sign it because of their stupid nonsense ideology to collect money, the indigenous of the land will stop it. That is it.
You know, in the East, they do rear cows also, but they are turned within a confinement, and of course, not allowed to go into people's farm with the hard-earned money, with the scarce resources, the hunger in the land, after expending millions to farm, expecting for harvest, only to be overrun by eaten up by cow, and human being will remain hungry. I mean, does that make sense? No.
That is what we are seeing.
To be honest,
even in the north, they are no longer farming now. I have so many friends of them. So many of them are my friends. You understand? They are no longer farming. He say, if you go to farm, Boko Haram will come and waste you, or they will kidnap you, tell you to bring 5 million, depending on your capacity. You understand me now? Tell you to bring so amount. If you cannot bring so amount, they will just waste you. Say nobody is going to farm again. That is why you see the scarcity of everything, both rice, both yam, both everything. Tomato, the remaining tomato that they are even few of them are getting now. They are diverting it to Niger. They are not bringing it down to the southerners. 3 pieces of tomato is 500 naira. How can we survive on that? And the governors and the Tinubu so-called president is watching all these things.
Senator Ndima said that Tinubu is caged. He doesn't know that
Caged by who?
Nigerians are hungry and very angry with him.
Who caged him? Who caged a president? You have the power and the better power to do whatever you determine that is good for Nigerians. Nobody will stop you. Caged by who? Is it by the cabals? Who are the cabals? Of course, you are one of the cabals. Tinubu is one of the cabals when he was not in government. Then you have to stop all the cabals and do the needful for Nigerians. Do the needful. Nigerians are hungry. Nigerians are hungry and they are angry with you. Because when you are there, when you are opposing Jonathan, when Nigeria, when a bag of rice was 5,700, you are opposing that Nigeria is suffering. Now we are there. We are buying a bag of rice, 80,000. And you are there watching.
80-something thousand, sir.
You are there watching. Oh, have mercy. Have mercy. Pity on Nigerians. Nigerians are suffering. No food, no light. Nothing.
Now, couple arrested for allegedly trying to sell their 2-year-old baby for fun to Japa. Now, Nigerians have resorted to selling their children in order to raise funds so that they can run away from Nigeria.
It's a big shame to Nigerians and to the presidents. Look at what is happening to your
You want
your
to
country.
sell your child so that you can raise money to run away.
You are governing. Is it because of hunger and hardship? Okay, hardship is too much. How can you recharge a light for 10,000 naira under 2 days? How much? Even the civil servants, how much are they paying the civil servants?
Maybe force under ban.
How much are they paying the civil servants that you can recharge a light 10,000 naira 2 days? The money have finished.
That is it. That is experience.
And you are watching a couple want to sell their own child just to japa. Oh,
It has gotten to this end.
God will have mercy. God will have mercy. Let the governments, both the governors and the president and the so-called of them, Akpabio and the rest of them and your colleagues, have pity on Nigeria. Make a good resolution, a resolution that will bring good things for Nigerians. Nigerians are no longer happy with you people. Nigerians are no longer happy with you people.
Even the senator in Dume said it, that the Nigerians are angry.
Nigerians are no longer happy with you people. Please.
That there will be a possible breakdown of law if care is not taken.
They should know that. Let them look at what is happening in Kenya. They should know that. Let them look on what would happen. Use that as a case file or an experience to amend so many things that they are doing that is very, very bad.
It's quite unfortunate.
Quite unfortunate. That a couple want to sell their own child. It's quite unfortunate. Thank you. You have another thing?
Yeah, terrorists targeting national critical infrastructures. According to defense headquarters, you can see the police are at alert. They are beefing up security because the intel they receive is that terrorists are trying to unleash mayhem, of course, nationwide, targeting critical infrastructures. Only God knows.
What are
of
the
course,
critical, can you tell me what are the critical
infrastructure, just maybe the installations, telecommunication installations, NEPA installations, electric installations, power holding installations, every critical installation, a possible, of course, maybe a public gathering, a mall, a shopping mall, or whatever.
If that is the case, that will not benefit us anything. But the issue remains that even the NEPA installation and the rest of them, they are not doing good to Nigerians. You understand me? They should all sit up. Terrorist targeting and is just to make things harder for citizens. They should do the needful so that if all the needful have been put in place, all these things will not crop up. It's because they are not doing the needful. It's because they are not doing what is expected them to do. Let them do the needful. All these things will be put in place. They will not. We will not hearing that they want to attack this. They want to attack this. You are not doing the needful. Do the needful. Give light to the citizens. Give food to the citizens. Make a conducive and a friendly environment that people will come and live and feel happy that I am a Nigerian. Most Nigerians are not happy that have been in Nigeria. That is why a couple want to sell their own child to jackpot. Where are they jackpotting to? To oversee, probably, to live a better life. I believe and I hope that Tinubu should be listening to all these things. Our governors should be listening to all these things. Because they are not treating the citizens well. They are not treating the citizens well. The civil servant, how much are they earning? Even now to carry out their activities, family activities. Please do the needful. So that everything we come in shape.
Do you have confidence in Tinubu's administration to rewrite the wrongs with what we have seen?
If I look, I will tell you that for what I'm seeing now and what is coming up every day by day, because every day you see another story. Every day another story. From what I'm seeing now, I don't have any confidence in Tinubu government. I don't have any confidence, except otherwise he will have a rethink, because the so-called people in seats, his associates, are saying that Tinubu is caged. Who caged him? Imagine a senator saying that Tinubu is caged. Who caged him? Who is then a cabal? Who caged him? If he's in cage, let him come out from his cage and do the needful. Come out from your cage and do the needful for Nigerians.
Thank you so much.
That is where only he can wake up tomorrow and say that this one cancel, this one cancel, and before you know it, under 1 month, under 1 week, things will normalize. Then we'll be happy
You mean
as a citizen.
a bag of rice could be sold for 20,000 in Nigeria now?
It will be a miracle.
Is it a prophecy?
It's a miracle, and Tinubu can do that. Tinubu as a president can do that. If a bag of rice could sell for 20,000 naira, Nigerians will be happy.
The chief of defense staff said that
No more beans.
said that
Beans, ordinary beans, locally beans that we are producing in our country is even costlier than rice. Beans,
2000 for 2000. The last time I bought it, I don't know now. I don't know
beans, oga beans is a cocaine now in this country. It's an expert in this country. Locally, we are not importing that too. Locally produced one. I beg you, I dey beg government, I dey beg Tinubu, let them help the Nigerians. Nigerians are no longer smiling. They are no longer happy. They are no longer happy. Tinubu has what it takes to do all these things. I thought and I believe in Tinubu initially that when he got there with the quantum of money he has, and when he got there, he will not be looking for money. He will just do Nigeria well, and all of us will clap for him. Thank you, Mr. President Tinubu. But look at now, he went there and starts suffering the Nigerians. Buhari, Nigerians are calling Malu. Buhari now they are rating Buhari better than him. They are rating Buhari better than Tinubu because of the hardship.
Imagine Nigerians are missing Buhari now.
And Buhari said it before he leave that office. Before he left that office.
He said it.
Buhari said it.
Nigeria will miss him.
Nigeria will miss him. And now Nigeria is missing him. Tinubu, do the needful so that Nigeria will still have hope and believe in you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Authentic General. Authentic General have bad his mind. Yeah, thank you, esteemed fans, once again for being part of this program this morning. Thank you once again for tuning in. Kindly hit the like buttons and, of course, share the video, let it go viral. We are discussing these important issues here, and of course, it is quite very pathetic and very a sorry sight for people to sell their own offspring because of the hardship, the agony in the land. They want to escape the hell called Nigeria, and that led them to commit such atrocity, selling your own child because you want to japa. What the hell could be worse than this? 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 What more can we say? What a destruction forced on the people. Oh my God. What the hell could be worse than this? It's quite unfortunate, but that is the reality serving at us. There could be no greater crime and criminality than what we are seeing today. That couples could conspire to sell their child because of the pains and agony, the sufferings and subjections, the government, the misgovernance has forced on Nigerians. Nigerian citizens are now doing the unimaginable to survive, to the point of not considering selling off their own child to raise funds to enable them to run away from Nigeria. Well, this is quite unfortunate. This is quite unfortunate. Okay. It is quite disturbing. Well, back to our discussion. Thank you once again. Ugly Perfection, God bless you for your super chat. Yes, SM fans, you can make use of the super thanks button to encourage us and gift us. If what we are doing is you are happy with what you are doing and you think you can encourage us in any little way you feel, you could also make use of this opportunity to do so. And we, of course, will appreciate. Yes, kindly hit the like buttons and, of course, subscribe to this channel so that you can get notifications whenever we are live and, of course, upload our videos here. It is very pathetic what is happening in Nigeria today. It leaves no one but, of course, with no other option than to begin to weep. In fact, weeping cannot solve the problem either. It will rather compound the problem. What we are seeing, there is no light, there is no hope. I mean, the future becoming more bleak than ever imagined. Of course, Buhari said that Nigerians will miss him. But unfortunately, that is the reality today. What a hell. What a hell. There have been intelligence gathering, according to the department's DHQ, Defense Department headquarters, have raised alarm. There could be a possible uh, terrorist attack nationwide, targeting facilities and infrastructures, or perhaps any public gathering. So people should be at alert for, of course, any eventuality. Only God will save us here in Nigeria. This is coming in a time when the chief of defense staff is saying that don't blame the military for the failure to protect Nigerians, because he said that Nigerians, the military are not everywhere and they are not magicians. They can be everywhere and they are not magicians, which invariably they have categorically stated that the safety of every Nigerian or residents within the Nigerian state is not within their own purview, is not within their own, of course, duty, that everybody is on his own. You don't blame the military if any community, any region is being attacked, that they can be everywhere at the same time, and you don't hold them responsible for whatever happens. You see, indirectly have exonerated the military from whatever blame that may be coming as a result of this deficiency or incapability expressed or experienced within the Nigerian state. And as such, the Prime Minister of the Biafran Republic government in exile have vehemently opposed the Livestock Development Ministry because, according to him, it is a destructive agenda intended to overrun the Biafran territory or the Biafran state, according to him, and of course expose the indigenous people of Biafra to all sorts of vulnerability, assault, kidnap, forceful disappearance, and of course the killing of farmers in their own farmlands or ancestral lands. And this will be vehemently resisted, and is considering a possibility of banning totally the use or sales of cow or cattle within the same region, which he claimed would deter the enemies or perceived enemies who might hide under the movement of cows to unleash mayhem on the people. That if that is being avoided or banned, of course, they will have no other business but to leave the region in the interest of the safety of all and sundry within the Biafran territory he submitted. Well, this is quite interesting, honestly. We have not seen an end to this. Every day we hear a different story, and it's quite very pathetic, a very disturbing one as the case is. Well, in line with this, with the latest happenings in Nigeria, Mohammed Ali Ndume, a serving senator, has made this very clear to the president. He said Mr. President isn't in the picture of what is happening outside the villa. He has been fenced, okay, off and caged. Nigerians are getting very angry at him. This is the statement of Ali Ndume, a serving senator within the 10th Assembly. He have made it very clear that Nigerians are angry at Tinubu. Of course, he cannot exonerate himself. Nigerians are angry not just at Tinubu, but at the legislative chambers, the senators, and every politicians here. So don't just appear to be a saint because you are culpable, you are part of the conspiracy against the masses, the vulnerable and defenseless masses of this country. So if they are very much angry with Tinubu, the same applies to him and his colleagues. So they should do the needful, they should discuss on how to better the lots of the masses. But unfortunately, you don't see that coming because these people are driven by their selfish interests. It doesn't matter what every other person feels, provided their interest is protected, provided they have their own cut of whatever national cake that may be disbursed. Of course, they feel satisfied. If not so, there are certain policies that would have been opposed by the same senators at the hallowed chambers. But how hallowed is those chambers? Only time will tell. Because people are now angry with this development. It's quite unfortunate that this political class has brought more pain and agony to Nigerians. Nigerians are living in deep depression. Just of recent, few days ago, we learned that a tricyclist, committed suicide in the front of LASMA upon the seizure of his tricycle. You know, as the only source of livelihood, the man got frustrated and depressed. And after much pleading, and they could not listen to him, according to the report, he eventually took his life. Well, that is quite sad, but not. It shouldn't have been the last option for him. But that is to reveal the extent of deep depression and if there's anything stronger than depression, the suicide thoughts is saturating the entire sphere. People contemplating to take their lives because of the worsening economic mishaps. People find it extremely difficult, and unfortunately, most security operatives are not helping issues. You can't be extorting from people who are already dying, who are already struggling to survive. Well, I wouldn't want to dabble into that today. Our focus is, of course, on the rejection of the anti-open grazing bill and the eventual enaction of the Ministry of Livestock Development. Prior to this time, during the last tenure of Buhari, the Mieti Anla and other finalist senators pushed for Ruga. They pushed for launching grazing lands, pathway, reserve grazing lands, and waterways, whatever. They used different nomenclatures to ensure the penetrate, the skirt through, but they couldn't because the state governors from the southern parts opposed that vehemently. But unfortunately, of course, the one that led that opposition was the demise Akeredolu also, but he is dead now. But unfortunately, just in less than 2 weeks, Tinubu has sent that into law. And well, the history have it that that is it. Well, for me, congratulations to the livestock realize, but the concern is they should not use it at the disadvantage of others. That cattle ranching in this modern world should be adopted by any responsible and sensible society or government. You can't destroy expanse of farmland because you are moving your cattle. Your cattle want to be free, at liberty to transgress and violate people's rights to property, to their farmlands. It is not done in any responsible society. And of course, people will, in my village, if you allow your goats, your sheep to destroy people's farmland, that there is a law, a standing order that that goat should be killed. And of course, the person has to be fined. The owner of that goat will also be fined and compensate the whosoever his farmlands or crops were destroyed. But is that the case here in Nigeria? It's quite unfortunate that this is happening and people don't seem to understand the implication of this. Perhaps for the very reason that they have their ulterior motive or whatever the agenda they want to promote or propagate. But some have argued that it appears that Tinubu's administration uh, is a tool in the hands of the northern oligarchies to perpetuate whatever agenda they may have been nursing over the decades, and perhaps they could not be able to implement during the Buhari's administration. This is an ample opportunity, of course, to actualize that. Thank you once again, Estefans, for being part of this discussion. We tend to round it up here. Kindly hit the like button. What we are seeing here is very discouraging, and with the number of people, of course, viewing us, whatever be the case, we do appreciate everyone. Those who commented, some I couldn't even read whatever they are saying here. Maybe they are not or shouldn't have been part of this discussion today. It's quite unfortunate. Thank you once again for being part of this discussion. Wishing you the best of the day. I remember Chigozende, but the host anchor. Bye for now.